Hello everybody. I'm doing my favorite thing in the whole world, which is warming up the sauna. And it's 10 past 8 in the evening. It's Wednesday. And work started this week after the holiday. And it was an awesome holiday. And but now it's back to the grind. And but hey, that's okay. It's still summer and life is great, and sauna is warming up, and I just checked it. I'm gonna head into the steam. Is that how you call it? We call it löyly in Finland, but I'm gonna head into the sauna very soon. And I wanted to talk about something very important, and hopefully this is not gonna be too long. But as you probably see on the title, I'm sure you have something, a person or somebody that you have been meaning to call. And I have that kind of person in my life, or had, that I have been meaning to call. And it has been years. And today I made the call. And I don't know why we put these barriers between us and some people. I mean, we really do that ourselves. And this person I called today, he's my cousin, and we were basically the best friends as we were young. We met often, and we played all these different things. I mean, just the imagination we had as kids, as everybody has. It's amazing. But we had so much fun, and probably spent, I don't know how much time together. But you have a best friend when you're a kid, and how it is. And then I don't know what happened. There wasn't anything specific that why we stopped seeing each other. We saw each other quite late, actually. We were 20 somethings. We hang out at bars quite often and so on. But we saw each other at these, we have these family or meetings where some of our relatives gather together, and we used to have these like once a year or so on, where all the close family and cousins and so on would come together. And usually we met there, because most of my cousins were always there. I don't have that many of those, so it was kind of everybody knew everybody, and we met at least once a year. So even though we didn't, me and my friend, my cousin, we didn't meet that often anymore. We met at those family gatherings. But at some point he stopped coming to those. And then, I don't know, I guess that, you know what happens, you get older, you lose some of your friends when life happens. People get their own families and different jobs, and it's just, you kind of just drift away from some people. But there are these special people that if you have known them from since you were a child, basically, or since you were very, very young, these are always special people to you, because you have a different relationship to those who you have grown together with, and you can feel it. You know it, right? And but life happened, and we kind of stopped seeing each other. And then as the time goes on, the longer it goes, the thicker the glass wall between you two kind of grows. But it's just that it feels tougher to make that effort to make that kind of like first contact after years of not hearing or talking to or seeing this other person. And it's just weird, but it happens. And there was no beef between us. There was nothing, no bad blood or anything like that. So now I kind of wonder that why we lost touch. But I did make an effort maybe a year ago to reach out to him, and he didn't answer my call. And then he tried to call me back, but it was like in the middle of the night, or like 12 p.m. or something. And it felt a little bit weird that he first I sent him a text that, hey, a message that, hey, it's Tuomo, that, hey, call me back. And then he replied something like, did you have a specific thing you wanted to discuss, or just you just made a general kind of call? And I just wanted to chat. And he tried calling me back, but it was a weird time kind of, or something like this. And I felt like I had made the initiative, and he didn't return my call. So I kind of, my thinking was that the ball is on his side, so to say. And well, that's kind of silly, right? I mean, is that really the only effort I was willing to do? I was just thinking that, like, why is he calling me back in this weird hour? That makes no sense. Nobody's awake at this hour anymore. And I mean, like, if I was thinking that if he really wanted to talk to me, why did he just call me right away back? Or why did he send me this text that, like, why did I want to talk with him? But he was probably working or something, and he has been working these night shifts, I think, for quite a long time. And I think I even knew that at that point. But it's these little things that can really change the history. And I don't want to sound over dramatic, but it is the history, your history, because at least I don't have many of my childhood friends that I keep in touch, or that are my friends still to this day. So don't let these small silly things ruin these type of relationships. I mean, it's not up to the other person to make the connection or make the initiative. It is up to you to do that. And I felt like I did that, but then he didn't return it, kind of. So then I felt a little bit bad. Maybe that was the reason that I didn't want to call him again. And but I was hoping he would come to one of these family gatherings, but he didn't. And then it kind of fades away again, that you kind of forget about it. And then maybe it comes back up at some discussions, or you think about it, but then you kind of, you don't want to bother, right? So but today I thought I'm gonna try again. This friend of mine, cousin of mine, popped in my head for some reason. I don't remember why. Maybe it's because our grandpa is very old now, and she's not very well anymore. I think she's 93 or 94 years old, so it's no wonder she's not in tip-top shape anymore. But I knew my cousin had been visiting her quite often, and so maybe there was this, some other things, and so today I was driving, and I made the call, and I called him, and he didn't actually answer, but he called me back right away, and it was a bit weird. And I was like, it's been a while. And he was like, yeah. But as you know, with good friends, there is very little uneasiness or tension, because it's, you start where you left off. If it's 5 years, if it's 10 years, if it's 5 days, it doesn't matter. And we didn't talk for very long, but I'm sure he was quite happy that I called him. And actually, we discussed our grandma briefly on the call. I asked if he was still going to see her, and because for me it has been, I have to be honest, and seeing grandma be in such bad shape physically. She's very weak at this age. She has been like, until she was 90 years old, she was very energetic and so on, but you can't expect anybody to be in great shape at that age anymore. So, but for me it has been quite painful to see her in such a weak condition. But now we already decided that we're gonna visit her with my cousin. So it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be great. Just, we're gonna see. I don't even know how many years it has been. It's been more than 5 years for sure, but it can almost even be 10 years. That's crazy. Now that I think of it, it's one phone call. Anybody can make one phone call. It's not that hard. It really isn't. And I think one of the reasons why we make it so hard is we built these invisible walls, but also maybe the culture. We are so used to texting and sending messages. Just calling your friend can feel a little bit difficult, because it might be just easier. I'm just gonna send a text, but it's just sad in a way, and it's not real communication. Yeah, there's nothing in text really, and if you really wanna make that connection, you need to call. You need to call. I think we need to start calling people again and stop texting. I mean, if it's very simple, let's meet there at that time. Obviously, you don't need to call every time, but I think we need to talk to each other, because when you hear the voice, you can feel the person on the other end. And I felt my cousin. We maybe only talk about 10 minutes, but it was real connection. And I'm so happy that I made the call finally. I can't say I'm proud, because it took me years to make it, but I guess it's better than never. I guess it's better now than 5 years from now, or 10 years from now. So, but I'm happy that we're gonna see each other again. We're gonna visit grandma, and I think it's gonna be a fun trip to do. And maybe just my advice for you: if you have a call that you need to make, or something that you have been thinking about for a long time, that should I call him or should I call her? Maybe, I don't know. Just, you need to do it. You really need to do it. And for me, it was somehow more easy to do while I was driving, because you're it's a different state of mind when you're driving. It's just easier to talk to somebody for some reason, at least for me. So maybe if you're sitting at your home and staring at your phone and thinking about, do I pick it up? You're just building tension for no reason for yourself. So maybe try that the next time you're driving, and change your own history. history in the same time. And yeah, sometimes you can really make a big difference with very little effort. And so that's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna head to the sauna now. Thanks. Bye bye.